As our understanding of the universe grows, so does a difficult question. Would we even recognize intelligence if we saw it, especially if it's not human or not from now? We often assume that signs of intelligent life, on Earth or on distant planets, would be obvious. Machines, cities, radio signals, language. But what if intelligence leaves more subtle clues? Patterns in nature, structures in biology, or strange alignments in geology? Some researchers are beginning to look at ancient phenomena, both terrestrial and extraterrestrial, through a new lens. They're asking, do any of these things show signs of intentional design? Let's consider the possibility that certain features on Earth, megaliths, formations, or even large-scale geological structures, might reflect design, not chance. For decades, such claims were dismissed as pseudoscience. But now, as our tools improve, so does our ability to test the hypothesis scientifically. In nature, randomness has rules. Mountains erode in predictable ways. Rivers carve landscapes with fractal patterns. But sometimes we find geometry that defies expectation. Straight lines where none should exist. Perfect circles spanning kilometers. Massive stone blocks aligned with astronomical precision. Most of these features, of course, can be explained geologically. But some remain ambiguous, on the edge of probability. And it's in these gray areas that we must tread carefully. If a prehistoric civilization did exist, especially one using bio-integrated or Earth-adapted technology, their works might look natural to us. What if their energy systems were built into the crust? What if their communication tools used magnetism, sound, or water? Over time, their creations might erode into strange, unrecognizable shapes. Half nature, half machine. Now extend that logic outward. On Mars, for example, we've seen the famous Face on Mars, a rock formation in the Cydonia region that, under certain lighting, resembles a human face. Early speculation suggested artificiality. Later, high-res images showed it to be a hill. Case closed? Perhaps, but perhaps not entirely. What if the problem isn't the image, but the expectation? We expect alien design to look like our design, symmetrical, metallic, digital. But real intelligence may be far more abstract, more integrated, more subtle. Imagine trying to detect a lost civilization that thought like a mathematician, not a builder, whose architecture was in the form of resonant frequencies, not walls, or one that encoded knowledge into magnetic fields rather than writing. In fact, some scientists now suggest that if we want to detect intelligence, on Earth or beyond, we should look for non-random anomalies in complex systems. Not buildings per se, but deviations in entropy, impossible alignments, or unexpected concentrations of energy. For example, the SETI Institute, searching for extraterrestrial intelligence, has begun analyzing technosignatures beyond radio signals. These include infrared heat emissions from Dyson spheres, atmospheric pollution from industrial civilizations, or narrowband light pulses from laser communication. It's a leap beyond the traditional hello from the stars and into the realm of detecting design without direct contact. This kind of thinking, pattern recognition beyond the obvious, could also help us on Earth. What if a previous civilization left its mark, not through artifacts, but through systems? Genetic systems, geological patterns, planetary cycles. There's even a fringe idea in astrobiology that life on Earth may have been seeded deliberately, an ancient form of panspermia. In this scenario, DNA itself might be the artifact. Its elegance, efficiency, and universality could reflect not just evolution, but intention. While highly speculative, this line of thinking reminds us that not all intelligence leaves behind stone temples or metal ships. Some may leave only ideas, embedded in biology, energy, or math? Here's where the philosophy turns practical. If we're truly looking for intelligence, past or present, we must expand our criteria. Stop assuming civilization equals skyscrapers. Stop equating technology with noise, and start asking better questions. Could a species have lived here in deep time and evolved to leave almost no trace? Could it have merged with nature, biotechnological, sustainable, and self-erasing? Could it have chosen to vanish, understanding that the greatest civilizations are those that don't just survive, but leave quietly? And if so, are we missing their fingerprints because we're blinded by our own reflection? As humans, we expect intelligence to mirror us, but nature rarely repeats. The intelligence that preceded us, or that waits in the stars, may look like nothing we've imagined. At Infinity Beyond, we believe the future of discovery depends not just on new telescopes or deeper digs, but on new ways of thinking, on humility, on pattern recognition, on a willingness to accept that what we once called natural might have been deliberately built. So next time we see a strange alignment in the sky, a perfect stone buried in a mountain, or a signal that makes no sense, let's not dismiss it. Let's wonder, because the real question isn't, is there life out there? It's, are we smart enough to recognize it when it doesn't look like us? In the next segment, we'll explore how the search for ancient intelligence here and beyond could shape the next chapter of human evolution and teach us how to last longer than those who may have come before. Stay tuned!